This episode is brought to you by the Epstein files. Now you see them, now you don't. Oh, now they're back. Oops, that wasn't them. The Epstein files. Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy.
Welcome to Right is Wrong.
Oh, that's where I am. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're here. It's ready.
Oh,
Let's get
okay.
ready to go, man.
Let's get going. Nothing
There's a lot
happened
to-
this week.
there's-
There's like nothing happened.
There's a lot to unpack this week.
Yes.
I mean, every week there's a lot to unpack,
Including our luggage after we moved to Cambodia.
I thought you were going to say after we've moved to our hideaway from all the people that are coming after us. You know, you got to get to a certain point of listening when you start getting threats.
Yeah, the more threats are almost more important than downloads.
Yeah, threats are like the new. When I go on our Buzzsprout, I don't look at the analytics. I look at the threats, the number of threats.
That's all I want. I want more threats. It's very important.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've made it in America these days.
As soon as you've hit a nerve with any of these folks, that's their reaction, is a threat. It's not, oh, let's have a conversation about, tell me. I'd love to hear more about, your research and what you've uncovered and your sources. It's just, I'm gonna kill you. Okay.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you know what? The thing is, with facts, with people like us, we have to double and triple source things, and we go online and we say, oh, is this the Babylon Bee or the New York Times that wrote this article? All they need is like one other person in a red hat to say something, and it's like it's automatically true.
Yeah.
Because two people in a red hat makes in red hats make things. Yeah.
But I feel like that's easier in some ways to like live your life like that, where you don't have to actually do the work to find out what the truth is. You just go, oh, Johnny next door put on his red hat and said it's true, so it's true.
I feel like we should get red hats and just like mill about, and then maybe we can start some factual rumors.
We're just gonna mill around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Mill
mill
about.
around.
Yeah. So let's talk about what's on everyone's mind, which is the big Epstein debacle. And by the way, it's hard in this environment to talk about something that's been talked about ad nauseum, and like you hear about it so much. It's like, how do you bring a fresh perspective to this story? But it is it has reached a new level of insanity, this Epstein thing.
I mean, Pam Bondi is up there doing basically table magic.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's really what she's doing. It's like,
yeah.
You just dissolve. Here it is. No,
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
It's
Here
like,
it's back.
It would be like if I said, I don't keep a diary, but God damn it, don't read my diary.
Exactly.
It's just like, it makes no sense at all.
Not only that, but there's photos of half of her Pam Bondi's henchmen on, in front of her building, holding up the quote unquote files and binders. Now, who knows what's inside them? But I mean,
the whole thing is so weird to me. It's like, because sometimes you hear about files and you think, oh, it's just emails or digital, like text or whatever. But she actually had like a physical binder. Remember Mitt Romney's binders of women?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And it was an actual like trapper keeper binder. I just think it's so funny that the Epstein files are actually like hard copies of something in like a binder or book.
I don't know what. Maybe it's just like a collection of dick pics.
Yeah. By the way, Trump tweeted out, or truth, so whatever the fuck he does. I don't know what you call it anymore, but he sent out that all caps, stop talking about Epstein.
I know, it's hilarious. And anytime I see something that simple, I'm like, oh, come on, this is a parody account. But it's a parody president, so it makes sense.
I want to just say, because he's requested that we don't talk about Epstein, I just want to say Epstein. There.
I'm just waiting for Trump to tweet out, make pedophilia great again.
Yeah, MPGA.
MPGA.
Yeah.
Mpuga.
Yeah.
Mpuga. The only good.
If he sent that out, by the way, they'd start making hats immediately.
Oh, they make hats about anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, and by the way, I saw, speaking of making merch, the Republicans that are, and we talked about this last week, but it bears repeating, the Republicans that are fundraising off of that disgusting joke on T-shirts. So now apparently, the GOP, it was one, at first it was just, alligator Alcatraz. It just said alligator Alcatraz or welcome to alligator Alcatraz. Now there's an actual shirt that's, and it was a fundraiser that actually went out by the NRCC, which helps elect Republicans to Congress. And they said in their post, that's right, alligator Alcatraz is officially open and we are excited about it. So excited that we decided to release a T-shirt. And the T-shirt is alligator Alcatraz, ice with a bite.
Oh my God.
And there's like a picture of an alligator, literally like a cartoon alligator with a hat that says ice in front of alligator Alcatraz, smiling.
Well, there are also elected officials making jokes about, 65 million meals for the alligators, which 65 million is the Latino population in America. And they're making, and one guy, I forgot who it was because I don't even care, to be honest with you, but he said, they're opening up a new Mexican restaurant right out, in the moat outside alligator Alcatraz. These people are
it's
just
sick. It's like a sickness. And and when you tell them, it's always like, oh, well, we're just, it's always kind of written off as, like, oh, come on, don't be so serious. And, like it's somehow people's lives are just a fucking joke. That's really what it's come down to them. They're like and again, we do a podcast where we joke around, but we're not like, we wouldn't do it at the expense of innocent people that are being held captive in a swamp prison.
Yeah. I mean, I always envision myself there. Not that I'm going to wind up there, and I'm not paranoid.
Actually, you know what? 150 downloads this week, and we might reach the point where
that'll never happen. The 150 download part. That won't happen. No, but I'm in pretty good shape, and I cannot imagine making it through one night in that humidity because there's no air conditioning. You're with 34 guys per cage.
Yeah,
which is like just crazy.
When I was in Singapore and I was out at night and it was so humid, I had to like lie down. Like
and that's at night. I don't understand. And like, what do these people do all day? How do they go to the bathroom? Like that they supposedly are only getting one meal a day, and the meals have maggots in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
and not MAGAT, not those kind of maggots.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, the other kind of maggots,
those are better. Actually, the other kind
those
of
are
maggots
much more nutritional, and there's also they're much smarter than the regular MAGAs.
Yeah. Well, you can tell the level of, like, if you were to rank maggots in terms of intelligence, you'd have MAGGOT, and then below that, MAGAT. Those maggots. They
are the worst group of. I was thinking about, like, if cavemen were smarter than MAGA, and I think so, because if a caveman like reached in and touched fire, they'd pull their hand away and say, "Oh, that fire's hot."
Fire.
That's a great caveman impression.
And I've been working on that since last week. I thought maybe I'd break out. I didn't know I was going to have an opportunity to break out my caveman impressions.
I think you've peaked. I don't think I don't think you need to put any more time into that. That worked out really well.
It's perfected.
No, but a caveman would touch fire, pull his hand back, and go again, and think it's hot, and that's where don't touch the fire again. But like MAGA would touch the fire and hurt their hand and pull it back and go, "Fucking Biden."
Exactly.
Seriously, there's no cause and effect with these people.
Oh,
there's zero.
Speaking of Biden, great stat the other day, Fox News, and this was just a couple of days ago. Fox News had someone calculated like what they had said on Fox News before 9:30 in the morning, and they had made 42 mentions of Biden and 0 mentions of Epstein.
I don't even know. What are they talking about Biden? He's riding his bicycle?
I don't know what
he's kissing his wife?
He's in a rocking chair enjoying some chamomile tea? What a bastard.
I mean, what are they
Yeah.
picking on him for? You know, he went to a Starbucks and he stuttered. I mean, what the fuck? No, really. What?
Yeah.
He's not in the news at all, and he's not our president anymore. There's no reason to.
It's you don't understand. It's like a shiny object for these idiots. You know, I feel, they think, wait a minute, Trump is an asshole and he's doing something horrible and he's harming the country on a regular basis. What can distract me away from Biden? And then
Mhm.
their mind just kind of goes over to, oh, fucking Biden. Ooh, I'm so angry. That it's literally that mentality.
It's he's a national embarrassment. Actually, Trump is a an international
Yeah.
embarrassment. Did you see what happened at the Gold Club
Oh
Gold
yeah.
Club
Yeah, the
World
FIFA.
Cup FIFA trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Like the
that
guy was
he took home the actual trophy. You know,
no.
yes, he took the trophy. He took the actual
So for those
trophy.
of you who don't know what happened here, there was like a FIFA, what was it? A gathering of the champs?
Yes,
Is that what it was?
Chelsea,
Yeah. Yeah.
Chelsea in
And
England.
Trump was there. God knows why. It's like fucking Where's Waldo? Trump was just he was just there, and he stood right in the middle of all the players, and he was all about handling the trophy and being in the limelight. And then there was the FIFA leader kept trying to get Trump to leave. He kept going over to him and trying to like say, "Okay, time for you to step away, buddy." And Trump literally refused to leave. And I think one of the players even mouthed like, "What is he doing here?" It was kind of embarrassed, and he just wouldn't. And now you're telling me he took the thing home.
He didn't. I don't think he took it home that day. The president of FIFA brought the trophy to the White House recently, and Trump didn't let him take it back.
He's the most
So so
embarrassing.
that
Yeah.
was a replica trophy. That was not the real trophy. And the real trophy that Trump has in the White House is valued at like $240,000, and it's gold. So that gives him a fucking hard on.
Yeah, gold.
The
That's
color
all it
gold.
takes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the color
yeah.
gold.
But the amazing thing is, he was in the photo with all the soccer players, and then they photoshopped him out of the picture when they posted it.
They
Yeah, they
the
didn't want
FIFA the FIFA
the
folks.
FIFA.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't understand why Trump wanted to be seen with soccer players, since basically anyone in America who looks like they play soccer is sent to prison without due process.
Oh yeah, and by the way, there was this baseball coach in Harlem. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a baseball coach coaching Bronx and like inner city New York City baseball kids. I would imagine they were probably 13, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids. Black baseball coach from Harlem, and they were at Riverside Drive and 72nd Street, which is like a nice part of Manhattan, and they were playing baseball. There's all those baseball fields over on the west side there. And ICE fucking came up to the kids and they were questioning the kids, where are you born? Where are your parents from? Like right in the middle of a baseball practice. And the
Jesus
kids were
Christ.
like, what the hell? And the coach literally said, and I saw him on CNN, he was like, I would have given my life to block ICE from harassing my kids, was basically what this guy said. And the kids didn't come back to practice. The next day, the field was empty. Like they're all scared to come back and just practice baseball. These are US born kids from inner city New York.
Not only that, the irony, if you're saying 72nd and Riverside, I used to live at 67th and Riverside.
And I lived at 77. I lived on that corner in
but
Manhattan.
I lived at 67th and Riverside in a Trump building.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I'd lived 5
Oh
city
my
blocks,
God.
which you can. Yes.
That's what we should have said when what makes this podcast different is you actually. I lived in a Biden building. No,
You lived in a Biden building.
I lived in a Biden building and I just kept forgetting my apartment number. See, that's a Biden joke.
This episode is brought to you by Stephen Miller's White Strips. Why just make your teeth white when you can do that to your entire body? Stephen Miller's White Strips. Get some today.
Okay, so there's one guy who might be even more embarrassing than Trump, and his name is Tom Homan.
Oh no! Oh no! I was thinking about that. First of all, what is this with ugly as fuck bald men kind of telling everybody else on the planet what to do? Tom Homan, Russell Vought, Stephen Miller, Howard Lutnick, all these ugly white
Well, that's how
motherfuckers with no hair.
You know, the evil
and tiny
characters
dicks.
and
I
the
fucking
evil
hate all these people. Seriously, what the
evil
fuck?
the evil characters in movies always have a bald head, like Dr. Evil. You
That's
have to have the
true.
shaved oh, one thing I did notice about Tom Homan is that he sounds weirdly like Elmer Fudd when he talks. Have you ever seen, like, no, seriously, have you ever seen Elmer Fudd and Tom Homan in a room together? I don't think you have. Literally,
I
like he sounds like Elmer Fudd when he speaks, and he's telling us about, oh, we gotta get you don't need due process. When ICE comes there, come up to you, you don't need. Oh my God.
Well, these people don't want any due process, and Tom Homan frequently says the quiet parts out loud, and he's out and out racist, and he also has stock in a lot of these prison companies. So
Yeah,
the more
I mean,
people he locks up, the more money he makes.
he is just. I see him speak, and I wonder sometimes if it's just an actor. Like I just can't imagine an actual human being that behaves like. It's just hard to imagine how you got from point A where you were a little baby, just like being potty trained, to that guy. Like what happened in between to head you in that direction in your life?
I think he's just a bully. He's a
Yeah,
bully, and he's a bully with a tiny dick and a bald head and a lot of anger and very little intelligence. And that is
that combo.
MAGA.
Yeah, yeah.
That is MAGA.
So we kind
Yeah.
of got off the Epstein file train here. We got off on a tangent, but yeah. So back to Epstein for a second. There was one Republican today, and I know the name of this podcast is Right is Wrong, so we're always trying to point out the ways that the right is, well, wrong or just trying to fuck up the country. But there was only one Republican today that voted to release the Epstein. And by the way, how can you vote to release something that doesn't exist? Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm. They're actually voting.
Exactly.
They like brought it to the floor. They're like, we're gonna block the release of the Epstein files, which 2 days ago, Pam Bondi said there are no Epstein. Or I don't know, like they're blocking nothing. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, we're gonna put unicorns on the endangered species list. But wait,
Exactly.
there's no unicorns. What
And,
the?
and one Republican voted to release them today.
I'm shocked that there's even one.
Yeah,
Wow, progress.
I think it was some guy named Norman, if I'm not mistaken.
The guy from
Last name.
Cheers.
Yeah, it was Norm from Cheers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. But he's probably drunk. Once he sobers up,
Well,
he
you
would've
know,
said no.
George Wendt passed recently, so
I know.
too soon, bro.
Oh man.
Um,
I-
the two things that disappeared fast were Trump's ear injury and the Epstein files. You
Yeah.
put that one down as the best joke of the podcast right there.
I wonder if the missing part of Trump's ear is actually in the files, taped in,
Yeah.
like a butterfly to a cork board.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's taxidermied, his ear chunk.
Formaldehyde, and that's
For
why
MAGA, for MAGA hide.
formaldehyde.
By the way, I haven't heard. It's interesting how Trump is going after Rosie O'Donnell again, who hasn't been in the news at all. Like he just started going after her, but he never mentions the guy who tried to kill him.
Never.
Never. Like I have literally not heard one. Wouldn't you think that a guy who gets triggered by almost every fucking little thing that happens would be upset about the guy who tried to assassinate him a year ago? The anniversary came and went with nary a mention.
You know why? Because it was all fake.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
it's
even
all
you would
fake.
think that if the script was that we're gonna play up this assassination thing, that included in the script would be, 1 year later, mention the guy who tried to kill you.
Yeah, that's in his that's on his to-do list.
He
He's
just
gonna
forgot.
get an alert on his phone to like, oh, anniversary of fake murder. Oh, yeah, here we go.
And he's gonna have to ask his advisors what the guy's name was. What was that guy's name again that tried to kill me a year ago? Yeah.
Yeah, completely fabricated. And didn't some Secret Service agents just recently get fired? That Secret Service agents
a year later. Yeah.
A year later. That's what I mean. Like what? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that has watched even like one Bruce Willis movie knows that if you're the person you're guarding is in danger, you tackle them and you keep them flat on the ground. You don't let him wave like he's the fucking queen on a Macy's Day Parade
you
float.
don't prop him up and say like, go ahead and do a fist, like a solidarity fist with blood running down.
And you look at the Secret Service agents' faces, and they didn't look upset at all. They didn't look scared. They looked like, oh wait, where's the camera? Oh shit, I'm supposed to look into camera 3.
Does this make us conspiracy theorists, this conversation?
I don't know. Well, if anybody calls us conspiracy theorists, then they're conspiracy theorists, because this isn't a conspiracy. So I think we got them. We've nailed them.
We use the old double negative.
Yes, reverse psychology.
But for real though, because I feel like sometimes I'm treading into weird territory because I don't want to be the kind of person that just makes conjecture and conspiracies, and as you said earlier, we like to prove things and have facts on our side. And so when you say like, okay, it was a fake, I mean, all the evidence points to the fact that it just doesn't add up as a real assassination attempt. But I also don't want to just be like, it was fake and just kind of stake my flag in the sand.
I think eventually we will know that it's fake, but it's going to take some time, because Trump will have to pass or be in jail, because people are in on this.
Yeah.
What
about the guy who died?
You think he cares about people that died?
No, come on.
He really died.
So how did that? So they sacrificed that guy.
Yeah, they paid that kid. They said, shoot into the crowd.
Okay.
And we'll give you X amount of dollars. And the kid did that, and then they killed the kid.
And they just pretended it grazed his ear.
Who knows if it grazed his ear? And that could have been a piece of plexiglass from the teleprompter. And for whatever happened. I'm sorry.
There was no hospital report or anything.
No, there never is with him.
No.
And also the way the blood popped, that's not how an ear bleeds.
Yeah.
And I know that because my ear is bleeding right now, and it looks nothing like that. Seriously.
You were grazed by a peanut that your wife threw at you. And
yes.
So before we get any further, I wanted to give a shout out to my hero of the week, which is this guy named Cliff Cash. You know this guy?
Oh, love Cliff Cash.
Yeah.
He puts his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, so he's this comic, and apparently he was he was raised in a conservative I don't want to, I don't want to get too deep into his history, but he was raised in a conservative household, and he's a comedian, and he's a very, very vocal anti-Trump comic, and he goes around the South and does comedy shows. But he's also extremely proactive, goes to DC, protests in front of the Heritage Foundation, goes to Congress, confronts Congress people. Anyway, he gave a really great rant this week where he was talking about the fact that Mexican rescuers have come to Texas to help rescue people from the flood. These are Mexican citizens who were brought in by, I guess, the president of Mexico organized a rescue mission to Texas to help rescue folks from the floods. And even the sheriff down there, one of the local sheriffs, I think his name is Larry Lyda, Lyda, in case you wanted to look it up. His family was rescued by a group of Mexican rescuers, and he's the most racist fuck. Like, this sheriff is a notorious racist and a MAGA guy, and his family was rescued by a group of Mexican citizens. And Cliff Cash went on a rant about how if you are still anti-immigrant and racist against Mexicans being in this country, and you see that happen, then you're a fucking piece of shit, basically, is what he was saying.
Yeah. And it's amazing. And by the way, the other thing I love about Cliff Cash is that he knows that one of the main problems of this whole Trump administration is Fox's lying. And he sets up demonstrations and protests in front of Fox headquarters all over the country.
Yeah.
So he's trying to to cut off the head of the snake.
Well, anyway, shout out to Cliff Cash, if he's listening, which he isn't. But
I don't think he can listen because he has 2 bloody ears, so it's very hard for him to listen to anything.
I thought you were going to say he can't listen because he's too busy fighting the MAGA lies. But anyway, yeah, I mean that is crazy. Like you think
But
about, they sent Mexican, these are heroes who came in and like were risking their lives to save
and that's what we
Americans.
yeah, and that's what Americans used to do, and it would be no question. It only seems extraordinary, and not to take anything away because it is extraordinary, but it seems super extraordinary now because we've lost our moral compass here.
We have no morality, none, zero.
No,
Like
no,
there's
zero. So
zero.
we're shocked when anybody cares about anybody besides
Yeah.
their fucking selves.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting in an effort to help your neighbor,
It's like an optical illusion.
yeah,
It's like, what do you want out of this? I want somebody not to be thrown into a cage with 34 people with no due process.
yeah. All right, well, I think that
Oh,
brings us to, oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was going to say about Kristi Noem, which is still
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
no.
Texas flood. By the way, it took 72 hours for her to release funds.
Yeah.
72 hours, because anything over $100,000 has to go pass through her desk. And you know what she was doing during this time?
Wait, let me guess. She was in hair and makeup.
Yes, with Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
They do each other's hair and makeup, and then
Yeah.
they give each other shoulder massages.
Exactly.
And Corey Lewandowski videotapes it and jerks off to it. Sorry. No, she sent out 3 portraits of herself and had her quote unquote fans, or I don't know who's a Kristi Noem fan. Certainly there are 0 dogs in that club. She had 3 portraits of herself, like in Western gear and stuff. And she wanted people to vote on it. And that was her priority while these people are dying. Now, I wanted to just discuss with you which of Kristi Noem's portraits is best. And here's what I think, and you can tell me if you agree.
Yeah.
I really like the one with the 5 horse sticks in her mouth. No, I think that's solid. Now, I think her
I don't like that one because I know she can have more dicks in her mouth than 5
horse sticks.
I
Yes.
just don't think she's horse. I just don't think she's pushing herself enough in that portrait.
Well, I think her hair extensions look much better in that one.
I just know that all of them have her balloon lips are looking fantastic in all of them. So for me, it's a hard choice.
Yeah, she and Lauren Sanchez will eventually just float off into space.
Yeah, they're just gonna like their lips are just gonna fill with helium and they're just gonna lift off.
Yeah.
Listen, it's time to play our favorite game.
I have one more Kristi Noem portrait. Yeah. The one where she has a gun in her mouth is pretty great. But too bad the gun was made out of horse sticks. So, okay, there we go.
There's a horse dick theme going on running through her portraits. Yeah. Maybe we'll call this one Horse Dicks. We'll call the title this episode Horse Dicks. That'll attract anyone searching horse dicks in SEO. Yeah. We'll just get right onto this.
That's true.
Now it's time for fill in the blanks.
So we're going to play fill in the blanks. I'm going to give you an actual Trump Truth Social unhinged rant taken directly from one of his Truth Social rants. And your job is to fill in the missing word.
Okay. I'm excited about this. This is a dream come true.
All right, here we go. You ready? Here's number 1. Prices are down. I'm going to do them in my best Trump voice. Prices are down. Income is up. Our border is closed. Gasoline is cheap. Inflation is dead. Our country is blank.
A hellhole.
Oh, no, it's booming. Our country is booming.
Oh, our country is booming. Okay, he really does lie a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, here's number 2. Let's see if you can rebound on this one.
I hope so.
ADP number out. Blank Powell must now lower the rate. He is unbelievable. Europe has lowered 9 times. So looking for the blank.
Europe has lowered 9 times.
So he says blank Powell must now lower the rate. He is unbelievable.
Oh, loser.
He calls him too late Powell.
Wow.
Too late Powell must now lower the rate.
Well, it's better than calling him groceries, Powell.
Exactly.
Tariff Powell. Wow, this guy's an idiot. Okay.
Or just calling him by his first name and being respectful, which would be too
Yeah,
much
that
to
would
ask.
never happen.
All
Respectful
right,
and Trump. Yeah.
number three. It's a little longer, so pay attention. Because of the fact that Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interest of our great country, I am giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship. She is a threat to blank.
America.
Oh, humanity. She's more
I
than
was going to say
America.
humanity. It was like
The
half
tip
of
of
my
your
brain.
tongue.
51% of my brain voted for. It was a very close election in my head.
She is a threat to humanity.
She's a threat to humanity. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Clearly.
I mean, I didn't think of a league of their own was that bad. I mean,
Exactly. All right. This one I think is a little easier. I am saddened to watch blank go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks.
Wow, that could be
I am
anybody.
saddened to watch blank go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks. I'll give you a hint. It's a little bit of a bromance gone bad.
Oh, Elon.
Yeah. Elon Musk was the answer.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Wow. He
Okay,
hates so many people that it's just really.
Yeah. But Elon's the only one who became a train wreck in all caps.
It's really like looking for a douchebag in a haystack. I mean,
exactly.
It really is.
All right, finally.
The
Epstein files were fabricated by Democrats, including Barack Obama, Crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration, just like the fake blank.
Russian hoax.
Oh, close. Try again.
Just like
the
fake news.
The fake Steele dossier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is after these questions, I don't like him any more than I did before.
I made them a little hard for you today. I apologize.
No, but I thought that this would make me, warm up to Trump a little bit and become a fan.
After hearing these again, it hardened your heart.
He's kind, and again, I've said this before, but he's kind of a dick. He really is. He's kind of a dick.
I'm finally beginning to notice that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll pivot to being more presidential by the time most people hear this podcast.
By next week's episode, I'm sure of it.
He's pivoting as we talk.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, thanks for listening. And remember, follow us, please. Share the link to your friends and family. We really appreciate you listening, and please join us next week.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.